You know, we've gotten a lot of kind of weird looks when we talk about this because there's so much new age stuff around passion and, you know, just be with the universe and good things will happen. You'll attract all these great things.
Marin County.
And particularly business executives just look at us completely crazy and say, what are you talking about passion for? And you know, so part of the answer is that we are living in a world of increasing pressure. I think that the fundamentals of what we look at in what we call the big shift says there is pressure that is mounting. It is not going away. It's just going to get more intense. So you have two choices. You either continue on course, and most of us have been taught, and I think most of you in the audience are probably exceptions, but most of us have been taught that you go to work to get a paycheck. So if you're lucky enough, you have some passions outside of work, and you can pursue those passions after work. God forbid, just don't bring those passions into work, because that's not going to work. So passion is unpredictable, it is messy, it's, you know, got all kinds of ramifications that our institutions can't really effectively handle. So the question is, if you continue on course, just collecting your paycheck, the pressure is mounting, you're running faster and faster, falling farther and farther behind. At some point, you burn out. You just collapse, it's just not going to work. Or you just become more and more marginalized, get less and less pay. Or you figure out, do I have a passion? What is it? How do I connect with it? How do I engage with it? How do I find other people who share that passion and work closely with them? A couple of the things we found. So we've got a view in the book that the key to success going forward is how do you participate in knowledge flows. Passionate people instinctively connect much more than people who don't have passion. They are reaching out constantly trying to find other people to learn from, to get better with, and so they're constantly looking for those other people. If you're just doing your job to get your paycheck, hey, don't bother me, you know, I got a job to do, and you know, if I got to meet with somebody, I got to meet with them, but it's only if I have to. The other piece around passion is you get a different kind of disposition, different orientation. So when you encounter something unexpected that's a challenge for you, how do you react in work? You know, today, most of us who are not passionate about our work, those unexpected challenges are a real headache. God forbid, maybe I can ignore it and it'll go away. If I can't do that, if it doesn't go away, then maybe I've got to paper it over. If the paper doesn't stick, you know, maybe I got to fix it, but in the minimal way possible so I can get back to what I was doing. And it's just a very different kind of mindset versus a passionate person. When you have an unexpected challenge, you say, my God, this is really interesting. Now, what would I do? How would I address this? And in fact, if you're really passionate, you actually seek out those challenges because you're constantly trying to figure out how to get better at what you do. So it's a completely different mindset, and it turns this stress that we're all feeling, those of us who aren't passionate about our work, into real excitement. It's the notion, my God, this, you know, there are all kinds of unexpected things that I can push myself to get better at.
Extreme performance only comes from people who are passionate. So passionate and extreme performance go hand in hand. And it's that kind of passionate people we're particularly interested in. Because I think in today's world, the pursuit of extreme performance is where you're kind of always pushing the edge, and then, of course, pull things toward you that actually keep you kind of being at the cutting edge. And so there's a certain kind of sense of you know, if you're just satisfied with how you're doing it now, well, then it's a kind of a fake kind of passion. It's kind of like, I feel good, as opposed to the person who's willing to work their ass off in order to get slightly better or a lot better. And that's the kind of passion we actually talk a lot about in this book. Because for those people, then, we're interested in the resources that they can pull, the people they can pull, the companies that they can pull from in order to collect, you know, the capabilities and the opportunities to do amazing things.
The people who are most passionate are often the most frustrated in their work, right? Because they can see all the opportunities and they see all those institutional barriers that have been put in front of them to prevent them from addressing those opportunities. They're deeply frustrated. And in fact, the most passionate people, so bottom line, across all companies in the United States, roughly 20% of the people are really passionate about their work. 80% are not. And the level of passion diminishes as the size, inversely to the size of the corporation. So the bigger the company, the less passionate people are. The most passionate people are actually those who are on their own, doing their own thing. I swear to God, this was a senior executive of a company I will not mention name at a major tech conference in Silicon Valley. He was a major tech company. And he said, in response to a question, he said, yes, we have passionate people in our firm. We call them the pizza people. And we call them the pizza people because we have to keep them behind locked doors, never let them in front of senior executives because they're too unpredictable. And we slide pizzas every once in a while under the door to keep them going. And so if you see passionate people in your company treated that way, behind locked doors, being fed pizzas occasionally, what is your incentive and motivation to discover your passion and engage with your passion? So I think that that's part of the problem.